7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
The Savachi syndrome, I'm telling you, I'm
like, well, holy shit, that was crazy.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Moto Aftermath Show presented by TLR Coatings. We are back. We are talking Des Nations.
It's finally here. We're 2 weeks away.
I gotta sleep before we do this.
Yeah, it's gonna be a wild.
It's gonna be real
2.5 days.
Yes. So I know we've been off for a few weeks here. I know you guys have been missing me. I don't know. Some dude commented on a different video yesterday and was like, "Hey, when are you filming another show?" And I was like, "Actually, tomorrow."
Yeah, there's nothing been going on since Crawfordsville, guys.
Not a whole lot.
And we haven't been in studio to get. Well, it's been over a month now because Bud's Creek. So
yeah, because you weren't here for Iron Man, so yeah, it has been over a month since we've even seen each other. So this is like a reunion day.
I know, right? What not better, thing to talk about.
We're gonna really pretty much not see each other, and then we're gonna spend like fucking 72 hours together. And
then the weekend after that is Monster Cup. So, yeah.
Are you coming over for that too?
Sure.
All right, perfect. All right. Well, I got an event today. Anyway, so yeah, before we jump into this, make sure to follow us on Facebook. As these stories come up for the off season through like RacerX, Transworld, that kind of stuff, I do repost them on there. Just because, let's face it, I don't like writing that much. I'll write occasionally, but so I'd rather just give these guys credit and keep you guys up to date on the news. You can also subscribe to the channel here, which helps us out tremendously. Just did the numbers, which I'll show you after the show, from last year. I
imagine we're up.
Good growth.
All right, good
growth. Yeah, you'll be impressed. You'll be impressed. So, so yeah, make sure to subscribe, comment, like, share it up. You can follow me on Instagram. I will have probably a ton of pictures and videos from Des Nations, which I won't be able to post while I'm down there because there's no way I'm getting any sort of self-service down there that weekend. But I will take them all and do postings afterwards. So that week after will be pretty full of all sorts of pictures and videos and stuff. So if you want to see a lot of the craziness, like I said, make sure you subscribe to the channel because I'll be vlogging all weekend too, and follow me on Instagram because all the other little stuff will be on there. So
and some of it, just a heads up, with it being what the weekend is, I don't know about the pictures, but the vlogging, some of it might have to tell if there's any young children around to maybe not watch it. Because there's going to be some interesting things on there. I can imagine from the last two.
There's too much nudity. I might have to put it up on Pornhub instead of YouTube.
I mean, there's going to be nudity going on during the motos. So that's kind of how it was the last two ones I've been at. So just kind of heads up, if you have any children and they watch this show, might not want to watch those vlogs.
Yeah,
just letting people know.
It's going to be awesome. So anyway, if you want to help support us at all, there's links in the description. There's Amazon. We're back. There's Amazon, Patreon, what in the hell else is, I don't know. There's all sorts of links down below. Click on it. Thanks to all our Patreon subscribers there. I've sent you guys all stuff. I got the last one sorted out. I had a little dyslexia with the numbers on the address, and it got sent back to me. But I got it. It should be there.
We're going to be meeting people from a different country, hopefully, down there.
We're going to be meeting people.
Yeah.
There have been some people talking to me already. So, also don't forget, if you can't watch this, there is a podcast also. It's on SoundCloud. It's on iTunes. No, I haven't put it anywhere else. We do have more stuff coming down the tubes here for different things. Which I need to talk to you a little bit after this too for that kind of stuff. But I have lots of different things coming up. So follow us on all this stuff. And alright, let's talk a little Des Nations. Let's start with my favorite team ever. Team France, everybody!
Dysfunction.
Bunch of fucks.
For anybody that doesn't know, Team France right now is basically screwing everything up. They've, everybody that watches the Motocross Des Nations knows they won the last four pretty handily after the third motos and stuff. I mean, it really hasn't been close, just due to the fact that all their guys they've sent since 2014 have been super consistent. They sent a French representative back at the Red Bud National to come watch Marv and Dylan Ferrandis to see how they would do. Obviously, Marv won the event. He did get some luck in the fact that Eli's bike grenaded, but he did win, so, you know, there's no other better proof of who to send than that guy. Dylan, you know, he won some races this year in our series. And they've had a beef with Marv. They contacted Marv and said, yeah, we're gonna go with Gautier, Paulin, Ferrandis, and Fevra. Well, Fevra knocked himself out a couple of weeks ago at the Turkish GP, and news broke, what did I say? Was it Friday that we had this conversation, I think? Thursday or Friday?
It was one of the days. Yeah, it was during the week.
Jordi Tixier will be replacing Fevra. Apparently, they were not going to reach out to Marv, and then Paulin and Ferrandis basically said that, hey, look, we're going to have some issues if you guys don't. They contacted Marv, and Marv did, and we talked about this, and I seen that you put it up on the page. We both agreed. Marv did the right thing and told him to kick rocks.
The French Federation can fuck off.
Yeah, right now, so they're going with Gautier, Paulin, and MX1, Dylan Ferrandis in MX2, and Jordi Tixier in MX3. Tixier has not ridden a GP in 2 months, does not have a ride anymore. Hasn't really done anything since he won the MX2 title in 2014. When he's been healthy, his speed... He's had a couple top fives, but like I said, he hasn't really raced anything of significance in 2 months. And right now, the only person on that team that's done anything is Ferrandis, because Paulin, basically since round 3, has shit the bed. Like I told you, dude, on Friday, I don't know how you can go from winning 4 years in a row and be kind of being a perennial favorite to, I'm serious, they might not even get into the top 5 at this point. Because think about it. And it's the last thing I'll say before you go into it. Paulin and Ferrandis at this point, Ferrandis has to get close to a top 5 in the first moto, podium the second moto. Paulin has to be both top 5 both motos, because Tixier, I imagine after the 20-minute mark, is going to go backwards like a freight train. Dude, I don't know how you can go from winning. Even last year with Christophe Charlier and Enduro Rider, they still won. Even though it was in the mud, they still won. I don't know how you can fuck it up this bad. And excuse the language, but that's just like, I'm not a Team France guy, but like for real, you couldn't have found anybody better. There's a couple other guys that I could have thought of that could have done a little bit better than a dude who hasn't raced a race in 2 months.
Thoughts that Puerto Rico beats him? I'm just kidding.
No.
I'm just kidding.
No, I don't think I'll go that far, but like I said, Paulin and Ferrandis are going to have to... Ferrandis, I'm confident in, is going to do well as long as he gets off the line, because he's proven that he can be the fastest MX2 dude in the world when he gets a start.
Yes.
But Paulin, he picks it up for this event, but I don't see him getting top 5 in either of his motos. And Tixier, if you're outside the top 10 both motos, like that right there, that's close to 100 points as it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, dude. I don't know where else to go with it. That's like, it's a shit show.
It's the most utterly ridiculous thing I've ever seen. Like,
because we're being honest with Fevra, they had a shot at winning.
Yes, because Fevra's been riding okay. I have been watching the GPs on and off here, and Fevra's been doing all right. But yeah, without him, yeah. I
mean, what do we honestly think, had Marv said yes, do we think would have happened? If Marv would have said yes,
if Marv says yes, then they're right in the mix to win it again.
Yeah, I completely
right in the mix.
But now, like I said, I don't know how you can go from winning 4 years in a row to now you have a serious problem that you might not even make the top 5.
But I'm really happy that Marv told him to fuck off.
Oh, I am too.
I'd have done the same thing. Like, I don't know whose wife he banged there at the Federation and pissed him off, but they're a fucking joke.
I mean, dude, you could have called Christophe Pourcel and had a better shot than Jordi Tixier at this point. Because Pourcel at least rides every day. Tixier hasn't had a bike in 2 months.
Pourcel would be like, that jump is too big. I cannot ride this track.
But you at least know for a lap he could put in a heater. Tixier, like I said, I don't think Tixier's been even in the top 10 his last 7 GPs.
I haven't even seen his name at the GPs. That's how bad he is.
Like I said, he hasn't had a ride in 2 months. So, yeah, I don't know. Well, if they don't finish top 5, it wouldn't shock me. It really would not shock me, because I think Dylan's going to be the only one that's going to do well on that team.
I do too.
So, yeah.
I think Dylan's the only MX2 rider that gives Plessinger a run for his money, period.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that when we go to the individual guys. I see it a little bit different. But yeah, I mean, he's the only guy in our series that proved when he got a start he could beat AP straight up before J. Martin Sacco got hurt.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be bad news for that team. It's really going to be bad news. And it just makes the French Federation look like they can't handle anything.
Well, all I'm going to point to in this situation is World War II. About how we had to go bail their asses the fuck out. So, you know, hey, Shit ain't changed.
Nope. Nope. So
70 years later, shit ain't changed. French are still idiots.
Yep, pretty much. I completely agree.
Okay, let's move on to Puerto Rico here. So, we've been watching the social media stuff here.
Travis Pastrana, K-Dub.
K-Dub.
Sipes has been quiet.
Sipes was at Redbud.
Yeah, oh yeah, he raced the Fall Classic or whatever.
Yeah,
or
the fucking,
Edge of Summer.
Yeah, Edge of Summer. He was there on Sunday, which sucks. That would have been awesome if I'd have seen him to interview him, but...
It's looking like everybody but Pastrana's going to be on Thumpers now. K-Dub's riding the 450. Sipes has decided to not ride the 125, which was a great idea.
Yes, I did see that.
But it looks like Pastrana, he got a 450 from a dealership. He's been riding it back and forth at Raynard's place. All stock. I don't even think he had suspension done. But it sounds like he's going to stick true to what he said, and he's going to go on the 252 stroke in MX3.
Do we think Sipes beats the rest of them, of the team?
You know, I have to say yes. I have to say yes because his cardio is going to be in better shape. I know that TP's been training. K-Dub looks like he's just been drinking beer and hanging out in the woods with bears. And you even mentioned it, and I didn't know this, but like, you know, you listen to a lot of the podcasts and stuff. I didn't know that K-Dub said if they make the A final,
yeah,
it's only what, racing one moto, and then
he's like yeah, no, we're not. He's like if we have to go through the B final, we're not. Even if we qualify, we're not racing the A finals.
I think that honestly, and I get it, like K-Dub has reserved that right. I think he's the only one out of the three that's not taking this really that serious. Because Pastrana's been training, he's been riding more, and he's still got a lot of different other obligations. I think Sipes.
Did you see that rally car jump he did yesterday?
Yeah, I was watching it on Velocity.
Did you see the video he put on Instagram of him doing it?
No.
And it's like side by side of like him jumping it outside view and like in car on his face, and he goes, when you tell your friends you weren't scared, then you see the picture on the roller coaster, and he just comes up to that jump and he's just like as he hits it.
I will say that Sipes, because I think they're going to make the A final. Now that Sipes has decided to ride a 250F, I think that they're going to make the A final, and I see that Travis is actually training. I think Sipes beats both of them in his motos, but I think Pastrana has the fastest lap by far out of all three.
Pastrana might have a fast lap out of anybody all weekend. Because he's Travis Pastrana.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I go that far, but yeah, I think Sipes beats both of them. He's just in better shape. He rides and trains still.
I mean, let's face it, if it's a 2:04 lap time for everybody, Pastrana might throw down a 158.
I mean, maybe.
In qualifying or practice.
He might channel
just be like,
he might channel 2002 Travis.
Yeah.
I think they're going to make the A final, though. I know a lot of people were on the fence about it, but there's a lot of teams that are missing. You know, Russia's missing with Evgeny Babyshev. Slovenia is missing with Timmy Geiser. Denmark isn't going. They have TKO. Latvia isn't going. Paul's Jonas. There's going to be a lot of big names that are missing that could, you know, kick them off because they have one solid guy. So I think they make the A final. I mean, I know they're going to beat teams like Mexico and Venezuela.
Yeah.
So how well they do, they'll probably be close to last. Just because of Travis and K-Dub, but I think Sipes does beat him, but I think Travis has the fastest lap by far out of all three.
The thing is that K-Dub's going to have a bike that's better than 3/4 of the people there.
Oh, yeah, by the smaller countries and stuff? Oh, for sure. I mean, Geico did a little... They did the treatment on it, so...
Yeah, I mean, it's not a factory bike, it's
do you see they're giving it away? They're going to do a giveaway afterwards?
Are they really?
Yeah, they're going to do a giveaway after the race. So
how do I get in on that?
They had to think about it on Transworld.
I will buy all the tickets.
Yeah, it's 2019.
I just want that.
So, yeah, I mean, you think that... You don't... They don't get last, do they? If they make the A final?
I wouldn't think so, because there's got to be a worse team. Because there's going to be a team that comes out of the B final.
Yeah.
So, I wouldn't think they get last, but it ain't going to be good.
Does Travis, since he's riding MX3 individually, does he do better than 10th in his class?
Herlings? Yes.
Does he do better than 10th in his class?
Ooh.
Because MX3...
That I don't know. Better question. Does he backflip?
No. They won't. They won't let him.
You don't think he's going to backflip at all?
Nope.
All weekend?
Well, he's going to backflip somewhere. It's just not going to be on the track.
You don't think so?
No.
You don't think the last lap of his last race, he's not going to backflip the finish?
If he's by himself, I bet he tries it. But if he tries some stupid shit in practice or during the qualifier...
No, he won't. He won't, because he wants to... I think he wants to actually make it. He's put in too much work to not actually want to try to make the finals. But I think in the finals, yep, I think he does something.
Last moto, if he's by himself, I bet he backflips the finish.
Yep.
If he's by himself. Now, if he's stacked up in people, then no, but
But here's the thing. He doesn't care, so he'll get by himself.
Oh, yeah, he'll figure out a way to get by
He'll just
himself.
pull off in the water truck lane and wait till everybody's off and be like, all right, here we go.
Yeah, I think... I don't know. I think it's going to be interesting. I still believe that they're going to have the biggest fan base just with Kate and Travis alone.
Guaranteed.
So it's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting to see what. I think I'm more interested to see what Travis does because we know what Sipes could do. He raced a couple nationals this year on a 125 and Osborne's old 250F.
I mean, he's going to be top 10, right, in the MX2 class?
Sipes?
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know. I was actually going through that, and the MX2 class. You would have to think so because he's top 15 here. But it all depends on his starts.
Yeah.
He's going to be on a good bike. His Husky's going to be a good bike.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that, he'll probably be top 10. I don't know if he gets better than 9th. I mean, because I think he's going to be pretty far off. Because let's be real. When he came to Redbud with Zacho's old bike, like he was top 15, but he was pretty far off pace.
Yeah.
So, do you want to, before we go into the last two, because those are the biggest ones, talk about some individual guys?
Yeah, we can.
All right,
because you know more of these Euros than I do.
Well, we're Prado, Roxon, and Cairoli.
Okay.
Let's talk about Prado first.
Prado? Dude, I think he gets yarded by AP for MX2. I do. I don't see any of these guys, and I'll go back to what Mathis has been saying all along, is that you go back to, what's this year? 18? 17, when we had the GPs.
Yep.
Dude, you've got Smith. Who the fuck else showed up?
Jesse Nelson won in 2016.
Jesse Nelson.
Or 15.
Fucking Mitchell Harrison. All these dudes who are like top 12 dudes spanked the fuck out of those guys.
Well, last year
spanked them.
Last year though, Prado was different.
I don't care.
I don't think
Prado's doing nothing.
I think that Prado actually is the highest finisher in the first moto out of the MX2 guys.
No fucking way.
And then I think AP and Ferendis get the second moto.
Nope.
Dude, you gotta remember.
I think AP and Ferendis go 1-2 in the MX2 class.
Prado will get a start over them every time. Dude, he's a soaking wet 125 pounds.
Dude.
He's gonna get a start.
Launch that start and fist pump the shit out of it as he goes through.
Maybe in the MX2 qualifier, but AP is not going to get a good start in those motos against 450s.
Yeah, well,
I'll tell you this right now. I think Prado's going to come in and shock some people. I think that because Prado, it was his first year as a pro last year, and his conditioning was shit. And we know it's not going to be warm. So that would have been my concern had it been somewhere where it'd be still, 90 degrees for...
Yeah, no, we're going to be freezing to death.
But, no, I think Prado gets a better start than Ferendis and AP. I think they're buried, and I think he's the top finisher in the MX2, the Moto 1. I think the second Moto is when he's going to have a little bit of issue because there's only 40 minutes of downtime where his cardio is still proven that it's not the best. I think that that's when AP and Ferendis, I think that they gap him. But the first Moto, I think because it's all going to be the start. AP and like we see it every year, dude. We see it every year. Look at Osborne last year. How hard of a time he had trouble coming through the pack against 450s.
Man.
It's one thing against 250s, but do you honestly think if Prado gets third off the line and AP and Ferendis are buried in 14th, they're going to catch him? Hell no. There's no way. Because there's no way those guys are... I told it to you. I think that an MX2 guy is going to have a hard time getting anywhere near the top 5 in that first moto when it's MX1 and MX2. You think that AP and Ferendis are going to go around guys like Clement DeSalle? Hell no. Not even close. If Prado is buried, then no. I completely agree. He doesn't catch him. But Prado... And they even said this in the last GP, his starts. Dude, he's gotten 20 of the last 24 starts over there. AP's starts are up and down. Now, they were good at the end of this year, but they're going back to the mesh starting. AP starts in Supercross weren't spectacular. And we know Ferendis is fucking all over the place. He could be first off the line and he could be 33rd the second time around. I think it comes down to the start. I think that if Prado gets a good start, I think he beats him the first moto. If he doesn't, then yeah, you're completely right. I think AP and Ferendis walk everybody else. But I really think this year, the MX2 class is going to decide, and I'm not going to get too far into this, but who our winner is going to be. I'll say that right now. Because I think it's those three and then everybody else. It's a big question mark if Belgium's MX2 guy, if Netherlands' MX2 guy, if the... Great Britain's MX2 guy, Ben Watson and Villanderen and all them, if they can be close to those guys. So I think it's all going to come down to MX2. I don't think it's going to come down to the MX1 and MX3. I think it's going to come down to the MX2 guys. Because if those guys bomb, I think it's going to affect a lot of people. Which, I guess we can kind of transition into Ken Roczen. How do we think Kenny's going to do?
Well,
And I showed you, I sent that Instagram post in the group chat. The arms are feeling good.
Kenny seems to be feeling all right. So
And I saw a couple of videos of him at Paula, and he was looking pretty damn silky.
do you think Kenny just goes out and beats Herlings and Tomac in a moto?
I said this, and I'll stand by it. I think that the slight...
Is he riding the same class as them?
Yeah, he's riding MX-1.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, he's riding MX-1. Number 58, because Germany bombed last year.
Well, yeah.
58, dude, what happens if Bud's Creek Kenny shows up first moto and he's actually 100%? He walked Marv into that moto. Could Kenny just, all this Herlings and Tomac debate, and Kenny just comes in and says,
throw it out the window?
Sorry guys, I have to beat you. I have to beat you.
I just want to show you guys who the real MVP is.
Because he, unlike those two, and the guy we're going to talk about after Kenny, he's won this event before. He won it in 2013 or 2012 at Lomel on a 250. His team, so he knows how to win this event. He knows what it takes.
Do you think they're going to win the event? Who else is on the team with him?
If it would have been 3 years ago, it would have been different. It's him, Henry Jacoby in MX2, and Max Nagel. If Max Nagel had been about 4 years younger, this team would have had a great shot. But right now, Max Nagel, he's like 34, I think.
Yeah,
so,
he's not. His name hasn't been popping up on the GPs I've been watching.
And he's on a TM. And he's on a TM, so... if this was, like I said, if this was 3 or 4 years ago, I think they'd have a great shot. But, dude, I don't know. Part of me thinks that Kenny really... If he's not just putting that shit out there, if he actually, the arms are good, and it's been a month now since the last race, or close to a month, if he's 100%, dude, what better race for him to come out and prove something? I mean, we all know the history that him and Herlings have. Mm-hmm. Take out the Tomac thing. Him and Herlings do not like each other.
No.
So, I mean, I know a lot of people say that the next guy we're going to talk about has a better shot, but is it inconceivable that he goes out and wins? I mean, I don't know, dude. I don't know. I mean, it's hard.
I don't know either, man.
What's the percentage? If you were to give a percentage right now,
that he wins it, like straight up wins.
He wins the overall. He can go 2-1, 1-2, or he can go 2-1. It doesn't matter. But the shot of him winning.
Honestly, I'm gonna give it 75%.
Okay.
I'm gonna be up there.
All right.
Because, like you said, it's been a month, and his Instagram posts where they haven't quite been calling it out of like, I'm good, fuck you guys.
And he's doing something that a few guys are not doing, and I think he's staying on his national bike.
Okay.
So I don't think he's going to the 19.
Well, that's good.
So, I mean, I don't know, man. I think I have to be up there with you. I'm going to go 68% that I think that he has a shot at winning this.
How the fuck do you come up with 68%?
I don't know. It's one of those things, because the
Hurlings be higher than 50, damn it.
The Herlings or Tomac thing, and like I said, that's going to be our biggest point. It's so hard to bet against those dudes right now. But could I see Kenny come out and doing it? I mean, it wouldn't shock me.
No.
So I guess that's kind of the last guy we'll talk about is Cairoli. Cairoli's had a rough season.
It's been very up and down.
It's been very up and down. He got hurt. I know that some people, Cairoli fan lovers or whatever, will say that he's not been 100%. But, dude, I don't know, man. He's been getting demolished and demoralized.
I don't think he's going to do well.
Is he close to the battle for 20 minutes?
Maybe.
Because that's pretty much what he's got in him lately.
No. I think Kenny, Herlings, and Tomac are going to run away from everyone.
Okay.
I think that's what's going to happen. So
right.
I don't think he's going to be close. He's been struggling too much recently. And between that and getting beat down all year by Herlings, I don't think he's got any confidence to bring into it.
I'll say this though: if he gets a start over those guys, he's going to make a hell on them.
Oh yeah.
Not speed-wise, but just he's going to make a hell on him, because that's the one thing that he proved he could do with Herlings when he knew he wasn't faster. I mean, we talk about Marv riding a wide bike. Cairoli's a lot more crafty than Marv is, which is funny because we always call Marv the crafty Frenchman. Cairoli will make a hell on those dudes. Yep. And he is not afraid to get aggressive.
Nope.
So, yeah, I guess that's the last thing we can talk about, because we got to do a battery change before we get into the big debates.
Yeah, so let's get into the big debates here. Okay, let's get into the big talk. We've covered... We're going to cover another part of Team USA, but let's cover the last part of Team USA we haven't really talked about yet. Barsha. Where does he finish?
Well, we always know that he gets hyped up for this event. It's great. And what better way to finish the season than going 1-1? I know it was a slop fest, but going 1-1, something he hasn't done in, like, what, 4 years? 3 years? Something. 2015 was the last time he went 1-1, I'm pretty sure. Dude, I don't know. I think that he's going to come in like a ball of fire. I know that we think the main 4 guys are Herlings, Tomac, Kenny, and Cairoli, and we just talked about that. But Barcia, and now with Fevra being out, because I truly believe that Fevra was going to be the only person maybe in the MX3 class that was going to beat him had he been healthy. Because now you're looking at he's going against guys like Koldenhoff. He's going against Max Anstey. Well, Max Anstey, I feel, is just as good as Barcia when he's healthy, but he's just been going through this whirlwind of shit. Dude, it would not really surprise me if Barcia comes out that 3rd and final moto and he gives him hell. I don't know if he can do it for 35 because I think the intensity is going to be some of the highest we've seen in a very long time. But would it really shock you if he comes out and he leads for 27 minutes and he just pulls some shit out of his ass? Because, I mean, we know how he gets up for this event. He takes American pride probably more seriously than anybody racing in America. Like, no disrespect to AP. You know, I've told you how I feel about what Tomac did last year and the year before that. But Barcia is, I mean, red, white, and blue to his core.
Yep.
And it's at his track that's arguably his favorite track of the year.
Yep.
And we saw what he did this year.
Yep.
So, I mean, and I think he's going to be on the 18. I don't think he's going to the 19. I know he was testing it over in England with some people, but I don't think he's going to be on the 19. I think he's going to be on the 18, which I think is a good decision. I mean, I don't know, dude. I think that he's going to... I feel like he's going to be the one that wins his class for America. He's going to be outright MX3. He's going to win now that Fevra's not there. But, I mean, I don't know, dude. Barcia comes out for this race like a ball of fire, and he's won motos at this race before.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he won it most recently as 15.
Yeah. In
the first moto. So, I mean, I don't know, dude.
I think he's up there in top 5.
It's going to be tough. I mean,
think he is.
But if he rips a start, dude, it's going to be hell to try to get around him. We talk about Cairoli. Barcia might make a hell on his own teammate.
Oh, yeah.
So, I think he wins outright the second moto for sure with the MX2 and MX3 guys, now that Fevra's not there. But, dude, I don't know. If he... I was reading some comments on social media from some people in the industry, not just random, you know, hoo-has. And they, like, would it really shock us if Barcia comes out and does the impossible and just straight up wins the moto, wins the event? And I go, well, I think that's like a 2% chance. But with Barcia...
anything's possible.
Anything's possible.
He was on, this time last year, he was on a privateer Honda.
And now he's on a factory bike, getting re-upped. In the last race that he raced, he went 1-1.
And he's riding Des Nations.
And he's riding Des Nations, which, like I said, he's done well at this event before. I think the worst he's ever finished at this event in a moto is 3rd.
Yeah.
He's either won or gotten 2nd, I think, pretty much every time but that second moto at France. Yes. Or the 3rd moto, I should say.
Yep.
So, dude, he's going to make it interesting.
It's going to be awesome.
I don't think he can do it for 35, but 27 maybe, 28 minutes.
Yep.
And you know the crowd's going to be loud for him.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Does he get the most cheer, most applause? I know that people love Tomac and AP's building his fan base, but do you think he gets the biggest round of applause every time he comes past the fence for anybody over Tomac? Just because of the way Barcia is?
Does he get more of a round of applause over Tomac? Yes, but the biggest one's still going to be K-Dub and Pastrana.
Yes, oh, for sure. For sure. K-Dub, people are just going to be so loud, like somebody might try to toss him a beer.
Yeah. He might catch it and drink it.
He might catch it and drink it while he's going up the fucking face of a triple or some shit.
So, anyway.
The big debate, it's finally going to be settled. And we know that both of us are on different sides of the fence of this one.
In 2 weeks here, we get to figure out,
for the weekend, who the fastest man on the planet.
What are we going to do if they split?
I think it all depends on who wins the overall. Because I'm not counting the qualifier on Saturday. I know that people think that Herling is going to try to come out and set a tone. But I said it wouldn't shock me if he gets 2nd because he's only going to have literally 40 minutes on the track before his qualifier. So he's still going to get the track figured out. I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying that I don't think he wins the qualifier on Saturday. If he does, it wouldn't. I mean, it is what it is. But I think it all who wins the overall. Because I think that if one of them goes, you know, whoever wins the first moto, it means more to win that 3rd moto, especially between these two teams. But I'll said it before and I'll say it again, man. And I know that we're on different sides of the fence of this, and I know this goes back to the Washougal thing, the comments you made after the Washougal beast mode. I don't think Tomac can beat Herlings straight up 1-1. I don't think he can do it. I do not think that Tomac is...
I'm just going to buy you a plane ticket to Russia. One way.
Well, he's from the Netherlands.
I don't care, you commie bastard. You're going back. You're going.
I don't think Tomac is better than Herlings. I think Herlings beats him both motos. I do not think that Tomac can handle the pressure of somebody like Herlings for 35 minutes.
I don't think Herlings has had the pressure of somebody like Tomac.
He had it last year with Cairoli.
As good as Cairoli is, I don't think... Okay, last year, but we're not talking last year.
Yeah, we're talking about a guy that's better.
Last year, we're also talking that Tomac didn't have as good of an outdoor season as he did this year.
But that's what I'm saying, though. Herlings is even better than last year. Herlings didn't have a great season because he was hurt half the year, and then he came on strong and went on a win streak and shit. But let's be real. Who has and
let's go back. Adam Enticknap, the 7 Deuce Deuce, telling us he's never heard Kawasaki 450 on the rev limiter, bro. Bro, it's so loud.
Yeah, he also said that. He also said
so
it's
loud.
about Kenny this year before Supercross. Too.
Hey, USA's winning. Tomac's gonna go 1-1.
No.
Yeah.
Tomac is not gonna go 1-1. I'm telling you this right now. He does not beat Herlings in any of the motos other than the qualifier, baby.
You're fucking high.
I'm telling you, dude.
You're fucking high.
Okay, let's.
He's at Redbud,
I do not
which
care.
he's good at.
I do not care where he's good at.
Redbud.
I do not. Hurlings never rode Crawfordsville in his life, and he still went out and beat Marv, who had beaten Tomac.
I don't give a shit.
So
and
how is
he's out to dude? He can say whatever. He's the silent assassin. Even James Stewart back in the day called him the silent assassin.
And Herlings is the bullet.
Yeah, okay, but the silent assassin still beats the bullet.
Let me ask you a question. No, this isn't rhetorical.
This isn't rhetorical.
In the last 2 years, well, it's gonna when it comes out of my mouth, it's gonna sound rhetorical. In the last 2 years, and we'll go back 2 years, and we can even include Supercross in this because obviously Tomac's won the last 2 outdoor championships, and he hasn't won a Supercross title, but he's had the most wins. How has Tomac won races? How has he won races?
Dominating.
Okay, but how has he won them? It's because he's either got out front and gapped everybody, or he's gone what people like to dub beast mode earlier this year. How has he lost races? The races that he has not won.
Well, his pants came undone at A1.
So he also crashed before that too.
You can't run. His fucking dick was out.
He also crashed
before. You
before
can't do that in a race.
He also crashed.
That's a black flag.
He also crashed before.
Okay.
But how has Tomac lost races in the last 2 years?
Dude, he crashes.
Why does he crash?
Dumb shit.
Do you honestly think that because he has never had to
Why does Herling crash?
Herlings has
dumb shit.
When is the last time Herlings has crashed and it actually has cost him a race?
When did he break his fucking collarbone?
Yeah, and then guess what? He went out and won with a plated shoulder and broken ribs. He still went out and won the overall. Okay.
He also broke his leg on a fucking 80.
Dude, that was like years ago.
That was like within the last 4 because it happened when I was into this.
Yeah, so that was a long time ago. And
so
it was for
within
charity
the last 4.
So
he broke his femur.
Herlings has won 31 out of 40 motos, and he missed a complete weekend.
Good for him.
Okay, how many wins has Tomac won this year? 15 out of 24? 14 out of 24?
15. I don't know, dude. 15?
It's either 14 or 15. Okay.
So he won 15 out of 24 and had one weekend that he had a DNF and then fell apart.
And Herlings has missed a complete weekend, still had the points lead, and then hasn't lost a moto in like, I don't know, 16 motos? 14 motos? 14 motos, and he's racing a guy that's more accomplished than anybody Tomac's racing. He's racing Ken Roxon, who's not even 100%. Now, maybe he's 100% now. But he's racing Marvin Musquin, who has not won a 450 title. Anderson wasn't there. He almost loses it last year. Look, I don't think Herlings is leaps and bounds better than Tomac. I don't think it's like this.
How much do you think he wins by?
Herlings? It depends on. Because this is another thing. Herlings doesn't get bad starts. You honestly believe, and I know that Matt, whether he's being honest or not, because he completely believes in Tomac, you honestly believe that if Tomac is buried off the line and Herling rips the whole shot, that he'll even see him in the same area code?
Yep.
He's not pulling 3 seconds a lap faster than Jeffrey Herlings, dude. It's not going to happen. He's not racing Marvin Musquin and Ken Roxon. He's racing a dude that's won 31 out of 40 motos, and average finish of over 29 seconds a win.
So when he goes 1-1, how dumb are you going to feel? You know, everybody said this about Ricky, too. Oh, nobody's going to beat Ricky. What'd Stu do?
How many times did Stu actually beat Ricky in outdoors?
What'd Stu do?
He beat him a few times. How many championships did he beat him?
What did Stu do? Stu won, right? Dude, we're not talking even a title. We're talking a fucking singular race.
Yeah, and we're talking about...
That means 2 motos.
So let me ask you a question.
So
you actually believe that Eli can go 3 seconds a lap faster than Herlings when Herlings is in beast mode?
Dude, Eli does some crazy shit.
Against who, though?
I don't care. He does crazy shit.
And Herlings doesn't? And Herlings doesn't? And Herlings doesn't?
You know what? In the 1980 Winter Olympics, we were not supposed to win that gold medal in hockey either.
So wait a minute.
What did we do?
So wait a minute.
USA.
So
USA.
So Herlings doesn't do crazy shit? Herlings
does awesome shit, too. But Herlings is not in the Netherlands right now. Herlings is not at a track that he's ever raced before.
He went out and won Jacksonville. He went out and won Jacksonville. Yeah, so it doesn't matter.
He does okay at. He does okay. He figures tracks out. That's cool.
His record in the States is he literally beat everybody 3 out of 4 times.
Cooper Webb beat him.
Yeah, after he wrapped up the championship and it didn't matter. Everybody likes to bring that up. What happened the first moto when the championship was on the line?
Webb beat him.
What happened the first moto when the championship was on the line?
Pretty sure Webb beat him.
What happened the first moto when the championship was on the line? Oh yeah, Herlings gapped him and Faulkner. And then the second moto when there was no pressure on him. And then what happened the weekend later? He goes to Glen Helen and he beats everybody by 39 seconds on a track that he had never been to before.
Yeah, Cooper Webb beat him.
Yeah, one time when it didn't matter.
Tomac beat him last year, so...
What happened the second moto when they linked up on the start?
Well, I mean, Tomac beat him once, so...
and where was Jeffrey Herlings on the first lap of that moto?
He also won the gold medal in 1981.
Where was Jeffrey? Where was Jeffrey Herlings on the first lap in that moto? Oh yeah, he was outside the top 10, and Eli had a clear track. I seem to remember that when they linked up on the start, Herlings put 30 seconds on him.
The thing is that Tomac rises to the occasion.
And Herlings doesn't?
Okay, so...
It didn't take Herlings 4 years to win a championship in his class.
So Herlings pulls a start. Dude, Tomac could have a bunch of championships too if he stayed in the 250 class.
You do realize that the only reason Herlings stayed in the 250 class is because KTM was paying him more money than anybody was making over here for a whole season?
Because they wanted to win those titles, and they kept changing the rules to keep him in.
And then what happened? And then, oh yeah, he went to the GP class.
Huh, wait, hold on. You want to bring up the money? Seems like you were making fun of my boy Zacho for staying in the 250 class this summer.
How old Zach Osborne?
I bet they threw a bunch of money at him.
How old is Zach Osborne?
I bet they threw a bunch of money.
How old? Not like as much as Herlings.
Millions of dollars.
Not as much as Herlings.
Millions of dollars.
How old is Zach Osborne and how many years is how old is Zach Osborne?
Here we go.
Yeah, if you really want to go down the age road, there's a big difference between 29 and in your early 20s.
Here we go.
There's a big difference.
Let's get back to the point at hand. That
Eli cannot. Eli's not going to go 1-1. He's going to go 2-2. And if anybody truly believes that Eli can go 3 seconds faster than Jeffrey Herlings, they don't know anything about motocross.
Are you going to wear the Tomac shirt after Tomac spanks him?
No, he's not going to spank him. The only way Eli beats Herlings is if Herlings is either dead last off the line or his bike grenades. Everybody seems to think that what Eli is doing right now is not being done. They're not watching the GPs. Herlings tracked down Cairoli 6 different times from outside the top 10. 12 seconds back with 5 laps to go and still beat him. Cairoli is more accomplished than anybody Eli has raced. 9-time world champ. How many world championships does Marv have in the 450 class? Oh, 0. How many championships does Kenny have? He has 2. Is he 100%? No. How many championships in the 450 class does Baggett have? 0. How many 450 championships does Anderson have outdoors? 0. What's harder, beating a 9-time world champion or racing against a guy that's not 100% and guys that have never won an outdoor title in the 450 class?
So when he goes 1-1...
He's not going 1-1.
How dumb are you going to feel?
How dumb are you going to feel when Herlings spanks him?
Not that bad.
Really?
Not really.
Because you actually...
Because even if he beats him, it's not going to be a spanking. He'll beat him by 5 seconds or less.
And
it'll be within 5 seconds.
Just hypothetical.
5 seconds.
Hypothetical. What happens if Herlings actually does? Because I don't believe that he's going to, but because nobody can fathom it in this country because everybody's just on the Eli Tomac train, at least over in the GPs, people believe that Eli can beat Herlings.
What happens? Have a little USA pride
What happens if Herlings does actually go out and spank Tomac straight up, where they both link off the line, and Herlings does the same thing to Tomac that he does to Cairoli?
The only way Herlings spanks him is if Tomac hits the deck. That's it. That's the only way he spanks. Gets the baby powder out. That's the only way he spanks him.
I seem to remember last year when they linked up off the line, he spanked him.
It's the only way he spanks him.
Did he not spank him that second?
It was 100 fucking degrees.
And Tomac rides in that shit more than Herlings does. He lives in the Netherlands where it snows 90% of the year.
That's fine, dude.
So what happened?
That's fine.
Did he spank him?
It doesn't matter. We're not in the fucking 100-degree heat.
No, we're going to be in shit that actually Herlings is better at.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, so he's actually better in 55-degree weather.
My balls off. Did you get the catheters, by the way? Because we're going to need those. Because there's no way we're getting in a Porta-John all weekend.
I'll just tell you this right now. Herlings beats Tomac, both motos
by less than 5 seconds if he does.
Nope, he beats him. He beats him the third moto by more than 5 seconds. The first moto, I think it'll be closer. But if Eli gets the starts that he has been all year and Herlings gets off the line clean, Eli doesn't see him in the same area code. There's no way Eli is going to run him down from 15 seconds back.
Okay, sure. There's no way.
There's no way.
No way.
Herlings hits the deck, maybe.
There's also no way that Eli wins 12 Supercross races and doesn't win a title.
He didn't win 12. He's won 9.
Well, there's no way he wins 10 and doesn't win a title. Oh, wait, yeah, that happened too.
Is Jeffrey Herlings Marvin Musquin? Let me ask you that. It's one simple question.
There's also no way anybody goes 24-0. We've seen that before.
I've never said that nobody could go 24-0. It's happened 3 times.
What else is impossible here that we've said before that we've seen happen?
No, there's a big difference between somebody going out and doing it and then actually looking at the facts and not just thinking about Tomac.
Everyone has to do it for the first time. This is just the first time it's going to be done.
Is Herlings...
And then next year when we're having this conversation, you're going to be like, well, you know, Tomac last year tracked down, won, da-da-da.
No, because they're going to be in a true sand track where Herlings is going to put 50 seconds on Tomac.
Well, Tomac's not going to go next year.
Yeah, because he'll be a little bitch about it.
Yeah.
But my question is Herlings Marvin Musquin? That's the biggest question that you have to ask right now. Is Herlings Marvin Musquin? Because just because Eli can track down Marvin from 15 seconds down, Marvin and Herlings are not the same.
Did Marvin Herlings race when Marv won his title?
No. Herlings was too young. By the time Marv had moved over here full-time, Herlings was literally like 1 year in the class. And the year before, he raced 3 GPs.
That's what
Yeah. It wasn't Kenny. Kenny was the one racing Marv, and Kenny beat Marv.
Kenny? Oh, yeah, Kenny is younger than Marv by a few years.
Herlings is younger than Kenny.
Yeah.
So, no. Marv is not Jeffrey Herlings.
Kenny's really 26?
No, I think Kenny's either 24 or 25. Herlings is like 22 or 23.
Something new every
Yeah.
day.
So my point is that Herlings is not Marvin Musquin. Herlings does not give up leads. Herlings does not give you the chance to let him give you a lead from that far back. And like I said, I don't care if you're a Redbud. I don't care if you were at Eli Tomac's backyard track. Eli Tomac is not going to go 3. And another thing is, Herlings is in better shape than Marv. That's the only reason Tomac could go 3 seconds faster. Herlings has been doing the same shit all year long in the GPs that Eli's doing. And I'll tell you this right now, it's not going to happen. He will not track him down. If he is from a bad start, it's over with unless Herlings bike grenades. It's it. It won't happen. He will not see him in the same area code.
Okay, sure.
Because I just don't think this battle is going to happen. Because I don't think Eli can get off the line.
Watch the vlog, because when it's happening, the camera's going on. His face. Watch him cry.
When he track... So like I said,
when his boy Herlings gets tracked down.
So what happens if it doesn't happen and Eli doesn't beat him one time the whole entire weekend? That's my question.
That's a joke, right?
No, it's serious.
That's a real joke, right?
Why is it so inconceivable for Eli to do this shit, but Herlings can't?
3 motos. 3. We'll call it 3.
Yep.
We'll call it the qualifying and both of the A motos.
Yep. The first moto.
You don't think Tomac can beat Herlings once?
I think that his best chance is in the qualifier when Herlings is still getting the track down. I think come Sunday, first moto, no, not a chance. I think that they battle for a good 25 minutes, and then I think the fact that Eli has not been in a real battle outdoors in a long time. The only time he was in a battle was earlier this year at High Point, where he won a moto and then lost another moto to Marv. I don't think he can handle it for 35 minutes. Eli has not had to have pressure for a whole entire moto in how many years? When's the last time that's happened? Herlings was dealing with that shit all year last year with Cairoli. And what is Eli's biggest issue? Mental mistakes. That's why I think Herlings is better. Herlings mentally, I'll just say it, he's stronger than Eli. The 3 times that Herlings has crashed this year in a GP moto, one of them he was 40 seconds up and it was on the last lap. Another one, he had a plate in his shoulder and he still won the race. And then the last one was last weekend. Oh, it was the moto after he wrapped up the championship. He crashed the first lap and then still tracked down Cairoli and beat him by 28 seconds.
Yeah, but he crashed a mini bike in a backyard party and breaks his femur. But that's cool, man.
Whatever. It was a charity event. Actually.
Whatever, totally fine. He's complete package.
Yeah, he is.
Nobody better than him.
Yeah.
Dude, Ricky in his prime couldn't beat him.
Well, I never said that.
I'm just saying.
I said on a sand track.
I just want to put it out there. Yeah, Ricky in his prime couldn't beat Herlings. We're just gonna throw around crazy nonsense right now. We could put it out there. Stewart wouldn't beat him either.
Well, no, I'm pretty sure what I just said was all factual.
08, Stewart. 08 was that when he went 24-0? It was 07, 08.
It was 08.
08, yeah, he wouldn't touch Herlings either. No way. No,
I don't think I've ever said that.
No, I mean, dude, I could throw around nonsensical bullshit too. I mean,
it's not really nonsense if it's actually happened.
I mean, okay, cool, whatever.
Well, is it nonsense if it happened?
I'm excited for this race.
I'll just tell you. I'll be excited when Herlings beats in both motos, and then everybody can shut up about how good Eli Tomac is, because the only reason Eli Tomac won an outdoor title this year is because, oh, by the way, he was racing Ken Roxon, who wasn't 100%.
You fucking liberal. We're just going to send you to Russia with the rest of the people.
But if Ken Roxon 2016 showed up to this race, Kenny would beat both of them, and it wouldn't matter. But the facts is Kenny's not 2016 form, so he's not 100%. So Herlings is the fastest dude on the planet right now.
But maybe 2019 Kenny shows up.
Maybe.
Just spanks everybody.
Maybe he does. I think that when Kenny's healthy, he's faster than both of them. I've told you this many times, that he's faster than Eli.
Then our whole argument here is invalid anyway.
Well, it'll be valid when Herlings beats Tomac both motos and all the American fans finally realize that Eli's not the fastest dude in the world. Maybe it's Supercross. He's fastest dude at Supercross for right now, but not outdoors.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
So.
Whatever.
I'm just telling you.
Stewart was never going to beat Ricky either.
Stewart beat Ricky outdoors like a whole 4 motos, and I'm the biggest Stewart fan there ever was. It was Supercross that Stewart was always faster than Ricky.
Never going to beat him.
Yeah.
No one could ever beat him. No one's ever beaten Stu either.
Nah, never said that. There's been a lot of people that have beaten
Stu
Stu.
retired like as the man.
No. Stu wasn't the man.
Rode off into the sunset as the man.
Stu really wasn't the man since like 2010.
Never been beat.
Well, I mean, he's the second greatest rider of all time. So.
Just amazing. So, anyway. Any other nonsensical bullshit you want to throw out here before we wrap this up? Or we just...
I mean, we could do the podium.
For the teams?
Yeah, there's no other podiums out there, but okay.
Great. USA will be at the top.
Okay.
Dude, I don't know beyond that. All I know is we're winning.
And if we don't win?
That's not a thing. There's no option.
See, this is why I don't get in conversations with people about American versus GP or GP versus America, because one or the other thinks that it's completely, totally inconceivable that they could lose just because we're on Redbud soil. That doesn't mean shit to me. We haven't won one since 2011. And we always talk about, oh, they didn't send the best team. 2012, 2013, 2014, we sent our best teams, and we still didn't win. So if Eli gets beat both motos, Plessinger gets beat one moto, and Barsha has a Barsha moment where he does hit the ground and then does well on the other one, we're going to get beat by the Netherlands. Do I think it's going to happen? No. I think America wins it. I think Netherlands gets second, and I think that Belgium gets third. But the fact that everybody thinks that just because we're on home soil and we're at Redbud, that there's no possible way we're going to get beat. Newsflash, Thunder Valley.
It's not the home soil.
What is it then?
Because we're at Redbud.
It doesn't fucking matter.
America's track.
That
means
not,
America wins.
It does not fucking matter where.
If
yeah,
America
you know what?
doesn't win, you know what happens? Giuseppe dies.
You know what? And a Frenchman won the actual national this year. In the 450 class.
Yeah, well, we don't need to get back into that either, because we had bike problems. Otherwise, USA would have fucking dominated that there, and would have been awesome.
If America loses and Eli loses, are you still going to be on this we thing? Because at least with me and Herlings, I don't say that it's a we thing, it's a him thing. There's no we.
I take ownership. We...
So if Eli loses to Herlings every time on track, are you going to take ownership that you lost?
Have some work to do. If
Good.
That happens.
Good. I hope you own up to it.
And what I mean by that is, we are going to find Herlings in a dark alley with a fucking ball peen hammer, break his knee, and it'll be fine.
No offense, Tomac's just a little bit smaller than Herlings is.
We will never lose to him again.
Tomac's kind of like a short guy. Compared to Herlings. Herlings is like 6'2". Eli's like 5'10".
So what we need is a midget to punch him right in the balls.
I think that'd be the only way.
All right. Perfect.
No, I'm
sure we can find one at Des Nations.
Yeah, there's probably going to be like a dude who's 6'9", 300 pounds, fucking bald and half naked, running around with an American flag on his back.
I really meant a midget.
No, I don't think we're going to find a midget, because I don't think there's going to be a lot of children.
What about a dwarf?
Aren't those the same thing? Or is
no, they're different. No, one is shorter than the other. I don't remember how the height requirement.
I think a dwarf is smaller. I think so
too.
I think of Lord of the Rings when I think of dwarves.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
All right. So, anyways,
headbutt Herlings.
Does Netherlands get second? If you think America's going to win, does Netherlands get second?
Yes.
And Belgium, Great Britain. Great Britain's still got a pretty good team. I think Belgium's probably going to get third.
I'm gonna go with Great Britain. Who's Great Britain got?
Tommy Searle, Ben Watson, and Max Anstey. So you have the defending champion of the MX1 class, at least on your team.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with them.
Okay.
For third.
Okay.
On the box. But it doesn't matter because USA is still gonna win.
I just told you I don't disagree with you, but if they lose, it's not gonna shock me.
I mean, dude, maybe we get lucky. We get USA 1, Puerto Rico 2, Guam 3rd.
I think the big question is that
America sweep.
Okay, so what I'm hearing from you is, before we round this out, you think America is just going to win every class?
We might not win the MX3. Barsha might get beat.
By Anstey? It's pretty much Anstey, Koldenhoff, and JVH, Jeremy Van Horbeck at this point. I think Anstey's probably going to have the best chance.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. Does AP, since you think he's just going to walk everybody, does he get close to the top 5 in that first moto? I don't think he can. I don't think an MX2 guy.
I think it's 5 to 10.
I don't think an MX2 guy is going to be even close because think about who's in that top.
As deep as the track is, I think it's going to be really hard. Plus, they can't jump the leap.
Yeah, no way.
They can't. Not with that roller.
No.
I don't know if you watched that video and you're riding that track, but that roller is way too close for an MX2 bike to even remotely get there. Maybe second moto if they don't fix it at all and you get a line in it where it flattens it way out. Like they literally just dig a fucking rut in it that flattens that roller way out. Maybe then. But other than that, no.
I just think that the MX1 class, when you got Cairoli and Roxon and Herlings and Tomac, and then, you know, you're looking at Clement Gasol and guys like that, I just don't know if an MX2 guy can get close to that battle. Or that, you know, and then Barcia in the second moto. I just don't know if you can get close to that. I really don't. I think as good as AP is, and as good as Ferendis, I know that Ferendis is, and as good as I think Prado is, I just don't know if any of those guys can get close to that. I just don't think so. I think that battle is too... Those guys are too fast, plain and simple. They're going to get starts over them. There's no way. Prado's the only guy because he's, you know, 20 pounds less than anybody else. But, I don't know. It's going to be wild. It's, I think it's going to be the craziest one. I've been to 2 of them. I've been lucky enough to go to those 2, and they were pretty wild. Budds Creek was crazy. But, yeah, you're right. This is this is our track. This is the wildest. We're going to be, I don't know, maybe 80,000 strong. I don't fucking know. I don't know what the number is.
I'm going to go with 100.
100?
I think there's going to be 100,000 people there.
It wouldn't shock me. Really wouldn't.
I'm really not kidding. I'm taking Gatorade bottles into peeing. I'm not even trying to wade through that crowd to get to the Porta Johns. There's just no way.
Well,
think about how shitty it is on the national weekend with 50,000 people, and now we're going to double it.
Well,
get fucked. It's
going to be so loud. There's going to be so much shit going on. You're not going to get a chance to really breathe.
I know. It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be.
We're going to be there. If you guys see us, make sure to say hi. I would love to tell you where we're going to be, but I have no idea. Because I'm sure we're probably not going to get our normal spot like we like to. Hopefully, because we're going to get there super early, but...
We're not a whole group of people with us, it sounds like.
It does, yeah. Everybody sounds like they're coming to hang out with us anyway, so... so this will be cool. Any other final thoughts before we wrap this up here? Because we've kind of been just blabbing on here for the last 10 minutes.
No, I don't really know if I was going to say that I think that Prado could lead a lap, but the more and more I thought about it with how deep the start's going to be.
No.
A 250 guy, well, I'm trying to go back to the 07 when RV led a lap, or well, he won both races, but at least a 250 guy led a lap. But I don't think so. I don't know. I mean, I think it all comes down to the Herlings versus Tomac, which kind of sucks because there's a lot of different like subplots going on with this race, but I think that race is going to overshadow it. Even though I think Herlings is going to go 1-1, even if Eli... I don't think we're going to get a battle until the final moto. Because I just don't. Because I think one of them, for whatever reason, is going to have a bad start. And I think that it might take the luster out of all this.
Yeah, that could.
So, I don't know. I think it's going to be cool. If we win, it's going to be there's going to be a lot of pageantry going on, a lot of crazy people. And it's going to be a fun one. It's going to be fun. Just hopefully the rain holds off. I hope it don't rain.
Me... too. Is it supposed to? Have you looked at the...
I've looked at the projected forecast, and it looks like it's going to rain Friday, but be in the clear that weekend. But I'll tell you this, if it fucking rains, I don't fucking know who wins.
Yeah.
If it rains, I'll tell you this right now, if it fucking rains, I don't know who wins.
I don't know.
Max Anstey put the beat down on everybody last year in the rain over at Matterley Basin, so maybe Barcia.
Yeah, maybe Barcia goes 1-1.
Yeah, maybe. So, it's going to be a fun one, guys. It's going to be a fun one. We're excited.
So, all right, cool. So, this has been another episode of Moto Aftermath Show presented by TLR Coatings. Again, make sure to subscribe. Like us on Facebook, follow me on Instagram, help us with support with all the links down below to buy t-shirts and Amazon products and everything else. Like I said, we'll be there at Des Nations. We will do a, oh shit, we're going to have to figure out filming after that because that's going to be a long Sunday. Maybe we'll just film the show right after the race when we're waiting for everybody to leave.
Maybe we can film it in the truck.
What truck?
Are we taking your truck?
Yeah.
We can't just put it in the set.
I mean, we could.
I don't fucking know.
It'd be way more fun just to set the camera up and start talking and see who shows up, like, anywhere. I don't care if we do it in the parking lot. I don't care if we do it in the middle of the midway.
Maybe some of the monster chicks walk by. That'd be pretty
It'd be
cool.
awesome.
That'd be fucking great.
We could do that. Anyway, so yeah, we will be back with the show right after Des Nations, wrapping up Des Nations, all our thoughts and comments on it, and then we also, in that show, will talk about Monster Cup, because that's the next weekend.
Then we're off for a while.
Yeah, then we're off. Well, we'll do the Monster Cup wrap-up show, and then we're off till The 20th of November, we'll have a silly season show, which we'll talk about off-season races and shit like that, as well as all the movers and shakers.
It's that time of the year, people.
And previous show will go live December 18th, so mark your calendars. So, all right, cool. That's it. We'll see everybody at Des Nations in 2 weeks.